I want to shift gears a bit into your token, which you had an airdrop in December. I want to first just understand what role the token plays in the Magic Eden ecosystem, and then I'll ask you some more specific questions about the airdrop itself.
Yeah, absolutely. So December, ME token went out. It's been a big milestone for us. It's something the team and the ME Foundation have been working on for pretty much most of 2024, actually. So it felt really good to have just a day of celebration with the community and everyone to basically be able to participate in that. So how it sort of ties in is that we obviously want this to be the thing that ties the entire Magic Eden ecosystem together, right? Because now we are not, I think about, we used to be purely an NFT company, and this is almost like the beginning of phase 2 of the company, right? Like for us, the token is not the end where everything becomes decentralized and then we all go away. That's not actually how I think we see this. We see the token as, it's almost like the beginning of phase 2, where phase 1 was single category, purely NFT focused company. Phase 2 is multi-category company. So the NFTs, token trading, cross-chain wallet, multi-category company. And then this is the ecosystem token that ties all of that together. So there's a couple of really key things that we had in mind for the token to achieve. So number one is that it should be a way to reward our users for basically participating in the ecosystem. And that participation can come in 2 ways. One is either using the products and whether it's like creating an NFT, or whether it's like buying or selling something, or maybe it's like, I don't know, trading Bitcoin to Sol on our Magic Eden mobile app. Any of those things is all I would count that as using the product and participating in the ecosystem. The second thing is participating in our community efforts, right? So maybe it's like, you want to set up you want to actually accelerate some of the vision that we have around, I'll just use one of the examples I said before, around Bitcoin L2 development. And you actually want to take a stab at building something significant that enables, I'm just going to make something up, like interoperability of ordinals on some of these L2s. Yeah, we would the ME token and ME Foundation should completely be in service of initiatives like that, because that can step change and supercharge some of the protocols that Magic Eden has built, but also the communities and ecosystems that we are actively trying to grow, right? And then, so that's the first thing about just participation. And then the second thing is more like, we wanted to create a very, very active, it's almost like a community that, and I don't think it's not been a big part of Magic Eden. We've been like more of a product focused company over the last 3 years. We're kind of the people where I'm personally, even myself, I'm like more of in the background, just like build products, release them. Like we're more like that from a DNA perspective. But this is a good opportunity for us to be much more forward facing, community facing, right? And it's almost like a call to arms. Like if you like what we're doing, if you like this vision we have about all chains, all assets, all communities, and you want to be on that journey, then this is the way you can be on that journey with us, right? And we actually invite anyone who wants to be a part of that to come and join us and contribute to that. So those are basically the 2 things we have in mind. The last thing I'll say, and this is like not a set in stone thing, because I actually think that my learning from having seen many iterations of token models and launches over the years, you would know this from sort of being involved in DeFi on Ethereum in the early days, is that there were a lot of teams that were very dogmatic about how the token should be, right? It was like, this token is purely for governance. And it's like a pure governance token that now everything that the protocol does has to be voted through by the token holders, right? That's like one view of the world. Another view of the world, I was at DYDX, and, the DYDX token was very much like all fees, 100% of the fees from the protocol goes into the token, right? That was like another very very, very opinionated view about what the token should be. The reality, I think, is that it doesn't need to be so like opinionated or dogmatic one way or the other, because ultimately what matters the most is that can you utilize this as one of the tools and mechanisms, or even like it's also a product that can help just supercharge the things that you want to do to achieve the vision. And the vision for us is this all chains, all assets, all communities thing. So if that means at some point, yes, there is going to be a bunch of things that will be related to governance and people can vote and whatever, like get some grants going, all of that. I think that is very, very, very valid. And then the other side could be like, yeah, maybe there's been very successful token models that are more like utility based, right? It's like BNB, like things like that. And I think that is also very interesting. So we are more like pragmatic about the future of it. And I think that we think that's kind of the best way. We'll see if that actually is true or not, but that's sort of how we think about it as we take it forward. It's more like it's a very experimental.
Interesting. Okay, so you view your token as a tool to achieve your long-term vision, and from there is where its utility or like how it's used be shaped, right? Like you're not so set on having it do one thing, but more like enable different goals within Magic Eden. So you're kind of flexible on how it might be used in the future.
Yeah, totally. I mean, right now I'll share like some of the things that motivated us to do do it like the way we launched it, right? Like, so the first thing was that we wanted to actually reward our historical users. So we rewarded people all the way back to 2021, right? And particularly, we rewarded the users that were the most active, not in like a Sybil farming kind of way, but like organic users. So we actually got a lot of fun about this because farmers were really upset that they did not get as many tokens as they thought they would. And I actually feel great about that.